Hello and welcome to TB3 episode 30. Yes, this is TB3 Sports Talk episode 30. I'm Colby. I'm here with Will. I'm here with Joel, and we are back for another week of talking Tampa Bay sports. What's up, guys? How's it going?
It's going good. Man, it's just slow days. Slow days. I miss football. I said it before we started. I really miss it, and going through it.
The one time I'm like, all right, I'm watching this hockey game. I'm going to do it. It's the Flyers game, and the whole first period's not on TV.
Leave it to Philadelphia.
Yeah, come on, Philly. Can you fix up the place, the spot?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay. We got game 162 long.
They were recreating how we turned the lights out on their football season.
Ooh, shutting out the vet. Revenge. You heard it again. Yeah. We're never gonna let it go.
We're never. Well, I mean, it happened like a month and a half ago. So we can still hang on to it for. That's a proper amount of time to hang on to.
What a game.
But yeah, and honestly, Will's talking slow because of the sports that weren't on. Even the sports that were on were kind of slow. A lot of bad Lightning hockey this week.
Not some good win.
Yeah, some good, winning. Some bad, but just still. The Lightning continue to be a roller coaster, and you just never know when there's going to be a drop or when you're going to slowly start going back up just to drop again. So, without further ado, I think we got to get into this roller coaster ride that is the Tampa Bay Lightning. As last week, we're going to recap four games for you guys, and this starts off last Thursday, February 22nd, a day we were actually recording. We told you guys we had a bad feeling about this game.
Yeah, we had a feeling it was going to be bad.
We had a feeling it wouldn't be good because spoiler alert, we knew the outcome, but we're still going to recap it and talk about it.
Not supposed to tell them
you can't give that away.
Secrets. Dude, come on.
We're supposed to be sports geniuses here.
I am a genuine guy.
Hey, tonight we're recording on a Thursday again, and we watched the whole game.
Yeah.
We're coming to you with all honesty.
Yeah, we're coming here with broken hearts if you are watching this tomorrow and you see the outcome of the Lightning game, honestly.
Yeah, we're filming 5 minutes after they lost.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it next week.
Sometimes you just got to get up and you got to do what you got to do, and we're doing it.
We're doing it. But first, we got to go back to a week from today, February 22nd, the Lightning versus the Capitals in beautiful Amalie Arena in downtown Tampa on the water. How would this game go? It would start not great for the Lightning in the first period as Nicolas Aube-Kubel would get the Capitals on the board 1-0 less than 3 minutes into the game. And then Connor McMichael, who had a huge game this one, would finish off the first period with another goal to put the Washington Capitals up 2-0 headed into the second. But then in the second period, the Lightning showed some fight as Brandon Hagel would receive a goal off some beautiful passing from Braden Point and Nikita Kucherov to cut the Capitals' lead down to 2-1. However, the Capitals would respond very quickly. Less than 4 minutes later, Anthony Mantha would score an answer goal to put the Capitals back up by 2 goals and give them a 3-1 lead. However, the Lightning, they would strike, and it would be a storm as Nick Paul on the breakaway with a beautiful move to get his 15th goal of the season and cut the lead down to 3-2. And then less than 30 seconds later, Tyler Mott scores a goal assisted by Nick Perbix. We are all tied up in Amalie. It's electric. Very shortly after, the Capitals, they scored. They got up 1. No. The play was flagged for offsides. It was after review. The play was offsides. No goal. We're still 3-3.
I think that's more satisfying than scoring a goal.
It's nice. It's real nice. The Lightning were on fire with the offsides challenge this week. We'll get into that. However, the Lightning, they just couldn't hang on to momentum in this game. The Capitals always had to answer, and they did with 5 minutes remaining as Rasmus Sandin would score his 3rd goal of the season, putting the Capitals up 4-3. And then Connor McMichael would score another goal with the net empty after a couple good Lightning chances with just over a minute left to play, and that would salt the game away, and the Capitals would win this one 5-3 in Amalie Arena.
Pretty sloppy game, in my opinion. Did not like what I saw, especially in the first period. I feel like I mean, not only was that just a really good period for the Capitals, I think it was even worse off for the Lightning. And again, we've said it time and time again, you just put yourselves in a hole, and it makes it so much more difficult to come back. And they kind of had a blessing getting the two quick goals within like 20 seconds in the third period, which we were listening to on the radio. We thought there was like a glitch or something just because of how fast it was, but disappointing. And I just hate having to come from behind so much. I don't like it.
Yeah, the Capitals have not been the team have been in the past this year. So to lose to this team was unfortunate. These are points that we needed to have. And to get that goal reversed against the Capitals, you'd think that would have been a moment of momentum in the game, but we didn't really follow up after that.
Yeah, momentum was a big story, and the Lightning weren't able to hold it. Like we said, 2 goals in 30 seconds to erase a 2-goal lead in the third period. I mean, I think 9 times out of 10, you should be winning that game just off the buzz you create with that sequence of goals and just momentum at home too. Not on the road, at home. The building is behind you. The crowds have been great recently. They understand the magnitude of these games. So I think not even being able to hold the momentum in this game was really shocking to me. It was really disappointing because not only in that sequence after the 2 goals did the Lightning not capitalize and get the go-ahead goal, and then ended up allowing the go-ahead goal for the Capitals later on in that period. Even in the second period, when Brandon Hagel scored a goal, they allowed another goal less than 3 minutes later, and that just kind of took the wind out of their sails until they had that crazy streak of goals. But you got to be able. Hockey's a game of momentum. It truly is. The ice tilts in the favor of the team that has the momentum. You can tell when a goal is going to be scored most of the time just by the way the teams are playing. Just when you have momentum, players they're skating faster, they're hitting harder. It's a game of momentum, and the Lightning just couldn't hold and grab any of it. It was really frustrating game to watch.
Yeah, and I think I agree with you. Momentum's huge in hockey, but I also think too, like even having that call overturned, you had to battle so much to get back into the game. And even though that goal gets overturned in the third period, it's just like, again, you think of the players. We just had to score 2 goals quick. We got lucky, we're right back in it. And, they scored again. And I know it got overturned, but I just think you got to be able to keep your foot on the gas. I almost feel like they still played a little lax most of that third period once they tied it up. So I just momentum's big, but also you can't let up.
Yeah, and another big thing that kind of takes the wind out of the sails of any team, and especially this Lightning team this year, has been giveaways. And the Lightning had 9 giveaways in this in this game, and they were costly. I mean, numerous goals that the Capitals had were off loose play, loose pucks inside of the Lightning zone. The Lightning just were, quite frankly, not secure enough with the pucks. It was defensemen, it was centers, it was wingers. It didn't matter. Everyone is to blame for this. There was a lot of just sloppy play in the zone where you can't be sloppy. You can't be sloppy in front of your own net, but they were. They were in this game.
I think a lot of that, too, is just like overdoing it. Like the goal is just get the puck out of the blue line, and sometimes we'll become very pass-friendly with all that kind of stuff, and we'll try to do it in a masterful way when all we need to do is just get it out.
It's like they're shutting their brains off, and it's just kind of muscle memory, and I think that comes partly with being such a successful team and kind of knowing what it takes to win, but also I just think you let your guard down too much, and I just think the sloppiness is inexcusable, and I just feel like we've been talking about way too much, so where it just gets annoying now when we get to a game and it's yet again more turnovers, more sloppy play.
Same story, different day. It really, I'm with you, and I'm with Joel, and I think that's a good point to build off of. I think in the past, these Stanley Cup winning teams over the last 5 years, they've had a good balance. They've had the skilled players, they've had the flashy passes, the dangles, the crazy shots, but they've also had physicality and toughness and the willingness to just dump and chase, the willingness to just hit the ball out of your zone, get in the neutral zone, and change. And I just don't think this team has that balance. They're not nearly physical enough at all. They struggle to keep people from screening and net front presence in front of Vasilevskiy. and not having that balance. They still have these amazing players. They still have Braden Point and Nikita Kucherov and even Brandon Hagel doing amazing things every night. They have the skill, but they don't have the balance of the toughness and the physicality on the other side, and it really shows in games like these.
Yeah, you mean it's Ryan McDonough leaving the building. We thought maybe some of the other guys would step
Corey
up into
Perry,
some of those roles. Corey Perry, another
Pat
guy.
Maroon.
Yeah, some of that grit's definitely has left the team.
Yeah, I mean, you look to me, you think about it. I mean, Nick Paul, he's got some of that grit. You know, Brandon Hagel is an annoyance, but it's a little bit different. It's not the same. It's not Pat Maroon. It's not Corey Perry. Mikey Yesimon's an annoyance, but he's not. He doesn't have physicality. I mean, Chernak a little bit, but his play has been down this year. But I mean, that's it. I mean, there's not a lot of these players that are able to set the tone with physicality for the Lightning, and I think it struggles. And I hope with this March 1st trade deadline coming up, I hope the Lightning are able to get someone who can help the Lightning on the physical side of the hockey game.
So today's February 29th, so tomorrow, like at the end of tomorrow?
Yeah. I wonder let me look. What time is it? It's probably like 4 o'clock.
Wow.
We'll
man.
See. Yeah.
Happy leap year, guys.
So hopefully you get some good news
tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed your leap year, because we've enjoyed ours.
Yeah, it's been a weird day. Yeah, hopefully there's some good news tomorrow, because they really need to address some stuff. And I just feel like I don't want to give up on this core. Like, you got to do something. You got to try to make a push. You cannot get bounced out of the playoffs, and it's starting to scare me. So I urge the Lightning, please make some moves.
Correction. The trade deadline is March 8th, not March 1st.
Oh, we got a whole week.
We got a week. We got a week.
The message still stands, though.
Yeah.
Make some moves. Start winning some games. Do not let the season become a wash.
Go on a series of winning so that we can justify
this week's going to be huge. Force the front office to buy in, because if you go in on the deadline next Friday on a win streak, they're gonna bolster your roster. But if you don't,
how many games is it though? Isn't that only like 2 more games until the trade deadline?
You got Saturday and then Thursday. Two more games.
All right, we got to win those 2 games.
Big games incoming. I still think the Lightning are I think they're in a spot where they're gonna buy. When they're gonna buy at the deadline. I don't know
how much more capital we have to give up though.
That's also a big thing.
I mean, we've found a way to do it every year to get a piece when it didn't seem like we had any capital, but one of these years it's got to run out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of prospects that are up and down that aren't playing.
Yeah,
so I think you can get one of these teams to bite on some of these prospects or draft picks.
Yeah, because that's what we've been saying, is that they've looked so good that they might be something we can dangle.
Yeah. Let me see. Any other notes?
I didn't get on to some better days.
Good. A good penalty kill for the Lightning though. They've penalty kill's been pretty good. They put Luke Glendening and Tyler Mott on the first line penalty kill recently, and they've been doing a really good job on that.
Luke Glendening's played really well.
Luke Glendening's been playing really well. But yeah, both teams in this game were 0 on the power play in this Lightning versus Capitals. So, just something to think about. Penalty kill has been good, but the 5-on-5 was not good in this game. But we're going to move on to a huge back-to-back road trip in the northeast quadrant of the United States. It would start against a team that we just saw very recently coming out of the All-Star break, the New York Islanders, and we were headed to Long Island to play against the Islanders in the first game of a huge back-to-back against fringe playoff teams. What would the Lightning have for us? And they would have a really strong first period as Nick Paul would score his 16th goal of the season and put the Lightning up 1-0. And then that man again, Cooch, would score his 37th. Yeah, you heard that right. 37th goal of the season, put the Lightning up 2-0 to end the first period. And then in the second period, the Lightning would keep on adding. This would punctuate a dominating first 2 periods for them. Braden Point on the power play would score his 29th goal of the season, putting the Lightning up 3-0, and they are rolling, playing amazing. But in the third period, much too many penalties. the Lightning had. That's a weird sentence. The Lightning had too many penalties.
You sounded like Yoda.
Yeah.
Much too many penalties the Lightning had. That was the worst Yoda impression ever. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I did it unironically, apparently. But the Lightning were on the penalty kill a bunch. They kept taking penalties, and the Islanders kept emptying their net to make it an extra attacker.
6-on-4.
6-on-4, and it paid off for the Islanders as they would get 2 goals within 4 minutes of each other. It would be Anders Lee, and it would be Brock Nelson cutting the Lightning lead to 3-2. However, the Lightning would be able to hold on. They would punctuate this win with a Luke Glendening empty net goal to make it 4-2, and they would win this game with that score. Big win for the Lightning. What are we thinking?
Yeah, I think it was definitely the tale of two power plays. I think the Lightning did very well on theirs. And then I know they committed a lot of penalties. I want to say it was, 5 total? 5 total, and to be able to stop 4 out of 5 of them is absolutely huge. I know you don't want to see the penalties, but if you can shut them down, man, I'm 100% okay with that. I know Nick Paul, to start the game, he didn't score on the power play, but I think just how well they played in that 2 minutes really set it up for the goal, because it was only a couple seconds after it expired. They got another one in the second period, and yeah, I think both sides played very well, and that's what got them the edge for this game.
Yeah, if you know your penalty kill is good enough to where you can make some of those risks, that's a benefit that not too many teams have. And this is a 4-point swing here, so to take these points is a big deal. It keeps those dogs that are behind us barking from a further distance.
Yeah, well, it was big. The Islanders had lost like 5 out of their last 6 after that game, so to beat them, take points from them too while they're struggling, that's big. You don't want to be the team to let them come back. So,
and you don't want to start them on a winning streak and give them a big win. I'm totally with you on that
one. Keep the struggling going for them.
Yeah, this game, I was just happy to see the Lightning get a lead. You know, they get a 3-0 lead after 2. It seems these last few games, they've just been down after the first period a lot. So the Lightning getting out early and having that 2-0 lead after the first period was huge. I think it took a huge weight off their backs. Like Will said, great movement from the power play to lead to a goal after the power play. And honestly, suffocating defense. First 2 periods, the defense, other than obviously these penalty kills that happened in the third period, because that was when most of the penalties happened was in the third period. But 5-on-5 defense was spectacular in this game. Really good. So that was my takeaway. It was just 5-on-5 favored the Lightning heavy. And like you said, the penalty kill did a great job. So, I mean, this was a really impressive win for the Lightning.
And you like to see that because you like to see how well your team can do in adversity. Again, you don't want every game to be like that, but it's really encouraging seeing it. It got a little too sketchy there in the third, though. I have to be honest, got a little too sketchy in the third. Did not like seeing that.
Also, big shout out to the big cat in this game. Made some huge saves. We're giving credit to the penalty kill, but Vazzy, there was some good chances on net, and he was making really big saves in that third period. I know we might get into some lows of Andrei Vasilevskiy this week, but this game was a high. He played really, really well. Stopped some really big shots in tight, physical shots. Like we said, 2 extra attackers, and Vazzy was a huge part of them being able to fend off the comeback.
And that's nice that even though Vazzy didn't have the best week, even within the week, he had a point in which we can point to and say, now that's classic primetime Vasilevskiy. So it's really a coin flip per night, so he can get on a streak.
Yeah, and when guys play good, we give them their flowers. When they play bad, we throw the tomatoes at them. It's just, we got to be honest on the show. Got to be honest.
That's what we're here for. You don't want us to just repeat what happened. We're talking about the games. We got to give our opinions.
And can't be negative all the time either. It's easy to go that route for sports, but gotta give these guys their flowers when they're due.
We're not going like Brandon Loud negative. We're more so just pointing this out and saying we have to be aware this is going on. These are some of the statistics, but I mean Vasilevskiy's Vasilevskiy. I'm not going to doubt him in Game 7.
Yeah, we're not going Carlton Davis negative. That was oof. That was a rough week on the podcast. I was so angry. But we're not talking about we are in February, about to be March. All right, we're not talking about this November game against the Texans again. All right.
Yeah, to bring up Carlton Davis, man.
Dude,
there's still some. I feel like there's still bad blood between you and
no, there is. Don't you worry.
That was really specific out of all the negatives.
Oh, dude, because I just got C.J. Stroud, the Tank Dell, in my mind right now. Ugh.
The Bucs put him on the map.
That was his rookie game.
It really was, because he was having a decent season, and then he had that, and then I think basically the national media was on him since that game, and we're literally kissing his feet every time he did something like just throw a pass. So,
you
hate to see it.
Do we want to move on to the next day of this back-to-back for the Lightning?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see how they fared.
Unless we got anything else. So yes, back-to-back games in the general vicinity of each other. The Lightning would head over across the state border to New Jersey.
You think they stay at the same hotel and just took the train?
I don't know where Long Island is, bro. I don't know what.
Okay.
Isn't Long Island kind of far?
It's not too far. It's like a day's travel.
There's Manhattan, right? This is south.
Yeah.
I think New Jersey's here. Long Island's over here.
Okay, then maybe
you can take the subway to it. I'm pretty sure.
So yeah, maybe they did.
Maybe they took a train.
Maybe they did. Hey, I mean,
we're not Northeast professionals.
I let my intrusive thoughts go on that one.
If they stayed in the same hotel, they need to stay in that same hotel a lot, because they got some good results after this hotel, and they would play the New Jersey Devils, and the New Jersey Devils have been struggling. They've been struggling, and the Lightning wouldn't capitalize in the first period, as neither team would score. We would be 0-0 headed into the second period, but then the Lightning would break through early on. About a minute and a half into the second period, Victor Hedman, his 10th goal of the season, puts the Lightning up 1-0. And then Braden Point gets his 30th goal about 3 minutes later, puts the Lightning up 2-0. However, the Devils do have some good players. They're talented. They're going to cut into this lead. It's Tyler Toffoli on the power play, cuts the Lightning lead to 2-1, but then the third period, the Lightning shut the door as Brandon Hagel, who is just scorching hot right now, scores his 22nd goal of the season, puts the Lightning up 3-1, and then Nikita Kucherov, just to help his points case, just to get some more points, would get an empty net goal, put the Lightning up 4-1. They're booing in New Jersey. The Lightning are coming out with a big win and sweeping this back-to-back in the same hotel that they stayed at.
Yeah. Do you think NHL hotels have ghosts like baseball ones do?
Well, I think that's not that hotel is not a NHL or MLB hotel.
But MLB hotels have ghosts. Do you think NHL players deal with the same thing?
What's that one hotel in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, but then Yandy Diaz is apparently seen a ghosts in other hotels.
Oh, man.
He has a big fear of ghosts.
All right. Hey.
But the Lightning have no fear. Dude. As what a dominant game.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any ghosts in that hotel they stayed at for both days that we've decided. They've stayed.
Maybe friendly ghosts.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Angels in the outfield type.
Ooh. Maybe the ghosts of Herb Brooks motivating them.
Could be.
Maybe.
Could be. We'll have
Kurt Russell's in there. Not tonight, boys. Tonight, we beat the Devils. And then they did it. All right? Mm-hmm. There we go. Love that movie. Miracle. Oh, one of the best movies of all time. So good. Yeah. Great game for the Lightning. Joel, what stuck out to you in this game?
To win back-to-backs is not easy to do. So to do that when all the pressure's on you right now, when everybody's pointing the fingers and saying, Lightning aren't as good as they once were, it looks like the dynasty is starting to come to an end. Wasn't even a dynasty, really. But the success is coming to an end. So to be able to say, hey, we want a back-to-back, that's an important thing. That's something that you can really hang your head on.
Yeah, for me, it was the way the Lightning came out in that second period. You have a first period where neither team scores. The game, it's anyone's taking. Anyone can come out with the energy and the momentum, and that's where the game's decided coming out of that second period. And the Lightning scored 2 goals in the first 5 minutes of the second period, kind of putting their chokehold on the game, and it was good. It was really good. Their energy was great. They were flying around the ice, and just to see them kind of, lock in and get get some huge goals and some huge defensive plays and saves and stuff like that early on and set the tone for the rest of the game was great. I loved it.
Yeah, well, I think defensively they shined again. I mean, only allowing 19 shots on goal. They had a bunch of blocked shots, a lot of guys putting their bodies on the line, and just making it difficult for the Devils to move in between the blue lines. And I think, again, the power play kill was excellent. I think the Devils had, like 2 chances in the third period pretty early into it. The Lightning were able to shut it down, so got to give them credit again. I don't know. It kind of makes me sick thinking about that, though, because they gave up a lot of penalties in those 2 games in the third period with a 1-goal lead. So
yeah, 1 for 4 for the Devils.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that too much. But no, solid play all around. I really liked seeing him play like that, and I wish it would continue. Maybe it did. Maybe it did for the next game.
Maybe we'll see. And then I know he's great. We love him. Yada yada yada. We can't say enough about him, but Nikita Kucherov was all over the place in this game. He was just like weaving around, taking the puck from Devils players, setting it up, passing, shooting, whatever. He was amazing in this game, and he kind of showed his full impact from one end of the ice to the other end of the ice, playing defense, back checking, getting back, and then taking it back and putting the Lightning in scoring position. So he was great. He jumped off the page in this game, and it was a really good win. I agree. Defense was spectacular. Not a single 5-on-5 goal allowed in this game. Only 1 on the power play. And it was so bad. I mean, the boos were evident in New Jersey. They were not happy with what they were getting from their team, and it's because of some suffocating Lightning defense.
Yeah, I completely agreed. Was Frank the Tank there?
I hope.
Is he a cancer to his favorite franchises?
Yes, he is. He's annoying.
Because
I don't like Frank the Tank.
Ever since he came to Stardom, they just have heartbreaking declines.
He picked some brutal teams, though. Dolphins, Mets, Devils is he was asking for heartbreak.
He kind of.
He could have gone with the Jets. Had he gone Jets, that'd have been even worse.
That's true.
I mean, Giants isn't much better these days.
At least with the Giants, you have recent Super Bowl success. And by recent, I mean 13 years ago. But it's better than
his lifetime.
With the Jets, all you have is washed up Packers quarterbacks.
Yeah, that might be towards the last segment. Maybe I'll talk about that.
Ooh,
I might just start bantering.
Hey, that's what we're here for, is for the banter.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe he's a curse, and I know teams love having him around, but it seems like he's bad luck wherever he goes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he was at the game. I'm not a huge fan. I think he's a little annoying to listen to be quite frank about
I just love watching him get all mad.
Yeah, there's some funny videos.
Watching him get mad.
There's some funny videos. I also feel bad for him. I feel like he's they're just kind of putting him on camera, and he's genuinely not okay. And I'm
yeah, but he's probably putting away $300K a year, something like that. He's making more than some doctors, I bet you. So I think he's
A-okay. Mad at sporting events. Yeah, that's fair. Fair enough.
They put him in that because Barstool. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He's on Barstool. But they just put him in a room with a couple couches, and they just put the camera on him, and he watches a Dolphins game in there, and there's thousands of people who watch that. So
it's so funny.
Yeah.
And then, hey, he's also lost weight. I've seen that.
Good for him.
He's dropping weight.
35 pounds.
Yeah,
or something?
He's dropping weight. Good for Frank the Tank, man. I mean, honestly, this game was just very easy for the Lightning. It was an easy win. It was not really anything, no ups and downs. It was an easy win, so I don't really have much else.
Yeah, and that was 3 games in a row they won on the road. They're kind of seeming like road warriors now. I think we want to get into that.
But they had one more road
You were
game.
hoping they could finish it off.
One more
game. What was this, last
trip.
Tuesday?
Yes, last Tuesday.
Against a weak team. Could they do it?
The Flyers are in the same hunt as we are right now.
I have no faith. Maybe I shouldn't say that because
They're
they'll be a
up and
playoff
coming
team.
team, though.
You need to.
I just don't
you
like-
need to chill with that, dude. They might jump us.
I don't
You're
like
gonna- you're
Torts,
gonna-
though. I don't think he's a good coach.
I don't like
I
Torts.
mean, like,
I think he's a Doc Rivers of hockey.
come on, he got us a Stanley Cup. Give him a little grace.
I don't know. That was ages ago.
It was so long ago.
I mean, he's gonna have that ring for the rest of his life.
yeah, well, yeah, he is.
Yeah,
That's all he has.
But that again, that's
and
ages
sweeping
ago.
the Lightning in 2019.
I mean, isn't he not Doc Rivers? Did
little
Doc
bit.
get one with the Celtics?
He's a low key Doc Rivers. That's
He
not.
is.
That's not a bad.
He
That's not a
is.
bad comparison. That's not a bad thing to be Doc Rivers. Like he's still a solid coach, but he's definitely overrated.
I don't know. Tortorella's coached so long that he might have a shot at the Hall of Fame.
Probably. I don't think Doc Rivers doesn't have a shot at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think
they'll both be in the Hall of Fame. I think you look at. Now this might get me in trouble, but I think Mike Tomlin's in the same boat too.
Yeah.
You guys were all relevant like 15 years ago, and you're just decent now. They're all kind of the same person.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I think they're way overrated. They're held way to much higher standard because of their past. But if you look at the present, I don't think they're that good.
And
I
don't they all have pretty suffocating defenses too? Like I don't know about the Celtics, but
Well, the difference.
Well, like the Bucks have been terrible on defense before they fired their coach. Then Doc Rivers comes in and they're even worse somehow.
Well, the difference with Doc Rivers, as even opposed to Tortorella and Tomlin, is Doc Rivers has some really good teams. He's had a lot of talent that he hasn't been able to get it done with. Mike Tomlin, ever since Big Ben has been on the decline, they haven't had good teams.
yeah, but look at
Tortorella's
2020. They started off. They started
That
off
was
11
that
and
was
0.
that was a fluke. That was
But
was
exactly,
such a fluke.
it's a fluke because he's not that good, and
No, but-
everybody went crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Mike Tomlin out of those three is the best coach, is what I would say.
By a it's like 1A, 1B, 1C.
And I think Doc Rivers is the worst coach. I think he's had the best teams and has had the least success.
But I think you could add Tomlin up there too.
You could.
That because I
But-
think of the 2017 Steelers, 2020 Steelers, two like for sure Super Bowl contenders both get embarrassed in the playoffs, both home games as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. So, 2017 was Jacksonville. That's when they lost to Jacksonville.
got embarrassed.
And then what was 2020 Browns?
Baker
Yeah, Baker
Mayfield led
yeah.
Browns got embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you. I think 2017 is worse. I agree. 2017 could have been their year. 2020, I just don't think they were that good. And they had an easy schedule in a COVID year. It was a fluke. It was all a fluke.
They played that Tuesday game at one time.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was a fun year of football because like every week it was like
You really
got
never
one
knew.
lucky game on Tuesday or Wednesday, and you're like, oh, football every day.
You really just never knew with that year. Yeah. And then the Bucks won the Super Bowl, and it was awesome.
COVID did make for some fun sports. Like that one day the Rays, Bucks, and Lightning all played on the same day.
Oh, yeah.
Never forget it.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome. And then, like, it'd be like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and, like, I wasn't doing anything. And then Lightning had, like, a playoff game against the Blue Jackets. Oh, my goodness.
It was so weird. It was like
so
the
weird.
summertime.
Yeah,
I guess
the
the
bubble. It was
Stanley
like-
Cup
it was like
does happen in the
September.
summertime.
No, but it was like September.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
I think it was
Late
a little
summer.
earlier.
Well, I think it
I wanna
started.
say-
I think it ended in September, though.
That like 7 overtime game was like early August.
Yes.
I want to say.
Yes. That was crazy. I literally it started at like 12 and went till like 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe not 8, but it was like 5 or 6. It's crazy. Crazy year. Can't believe we lived through it.
That's just the Tampa Bay year.
All right, we have to go. We have to move on.
Well, we just skipped the last game.
No, we have to.
Spoiler
Come on,
alert.
let's just reminisce
wasn't
on
great.
2020 Tampa Bay life.
We have to
Let's
find
just-
out if
the rest of the podcast.
we have to find out if these Road Warrior Lightning is that a real thing? Are they Road Warriors?
This year it feels like it.
They're headed into Philadelphia, and like we said, there were some light problems. So if you are like, I don't think that game went on. I was looking on TV, the broadcast wasn't on. It's because there was power outage in Philadelphia. Some broadcasts were working, some weren't. Apparently, we had Dave Mishkin calling the game through a call-in
phone.
on the radio, which is insane.
Thank you, iHeartRadio. I was able to listen to it.
Then we had the pre- and post-game guys commentating the NBC Philadelphia broadcast through Bally. It was crazy. It was crazy, and it was also a crazy game, as the first two periods were all about defense and goaltending, as Bobby Brink would put the Flyers up 1-0 at the end of the first period with his 8th goal. Young prospect, looks pretty good. But then Nick Paul would strike back with his 17th of the year and make it 1-1 headed into the third. And then it got brutal. The Philadelphia Flyers would score 3 goals in a row, some softies, some bad goals. And this would put the game out of reach. They would go 4-1. Steven Stamkos would score a goal to cut it down to 4-2, and then
they went like empty net.
It was a very successful empty net. Like I was holding that hope the whole time.
Well, they almost scored again.
Like the Flyers were icing the puck so much that we had a shot, and we got the Stamkos goal right.
Yeah, and they almost had a goal right after that could have made it 3-4, but they didn't. And the Flyers would tack on 2 empty netter goals. And they would win this game 6-2, ending the Lightning's road winning streak and ending this trip.
It was actually 4 games.
This trip on a sour note. Yeah, I was thinking it was 4. Yeah. End this trip on a sour note in Philadelphia. Bad game. What are we thinking?
I like that move of having an empty net for that long in the third period.
Yeah.
It's a newer technique. I think it works. It's like throw all your chips on the table.
It looked interesting, but it was like, what are we doing?
I mean, it's an ice fest for the Flyers. They're gonna get tired. It's a bold strategy, and I like it, and I hope it stays in the game.
You might as well make something happen.
Yeah.
You got to make something happen to come back in that game.
And I'm not keeping a tab, but I think I've seen it work at least once.
Yeah, it was just disgusting.
Well, what was disgusting was the first 3 goals of that period. You have Andrei Vasilevskiy let in a super soft goal on the backhand, just sliding past his blocker. And then you had another soft goal that he did get screened on, but still, soft goals, bad defense, players just weaving in and out of 3 or 4 Lightning defenders. And it was a horrible period. It was an absolute Lightning collapse in the game. That the second period they dominated. They dominated the second period. They were only able to get 1 goal, but they looked great, and all they had to do was keep it rolling, and they were going to win that game because they were the better team.
I'd say even the first they didn't play that bad. It was just an unfortunate goal there. Just a complete collapse, dude.
I just don't think he knew where he was in the blue area.
Yeah.
Because he was going for it, and he didn't know where he was.
You're talking about Vasi?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
This can't happen. And just on that note, oh, man. I was scrolled up. I have a picture on my phone, but I was scrolled up so far. Where am I? Oh, so Andrei Vasilevskiy in his last 6 games, he has posted an .840 save percentage, a .941 save percentage, an .826 save percentage, an .857 save percentage, a .727 save percentage, that was Panthers, and then a .903 save percentage. These are not good numbers for a goaltender. I mean, I think a good, solid number is a .950, at least. Maybe a .900.
I mean, that's...
Depends on...
.950, it's like 95%. It's still... What does that average out to, that? Do you know?
No, I don't have it, but I mean that would be an 8 number for sure at least. It'd be 8 something. It's lackluster.
Yeah, it's probably mid 80s. Yes. It's not the best.
No.
You probably want it around 90%.
At least 90, but
especially the higher the shots, you want a higher save percentage as well.
But
yeah, because if you're giving up like 20 to 30 shots in a game, you want it to only be 2 to 3.
Yeah,
goals.
I mean you look at these shot totals. Vazzy let 4 goals in out of 25 shots, 2 out of 34, 4 out of 23. Good. 4 out of 28, 6 out of 22, and 3 out of 31. So these are he's letting in a lot of goals for the amount of shots that are let up. And earlier on, it was easy to point the finger at the Lightning defense, and it still is in some scenarios. But Andrei Vasilevskiy has not been the strong all-world goaltender that we've seen him to be in the past.
The first thing I'm wondering with it is, did we rush him back from this injury? Like, is this 100% Vasilevskiy, or is this like 66.6% Vasilevskiy? And we're just forcing it because it's the only option we really have.
I don't know. I feel like they gave him plenty of rest. I think, especially with goal, you want him to play. If he's not healthy, I think that's one thing, but you got to have him playing. You can't give him all these breaks. I think you just have to get acclimated to the speed of the game. So I wouldn't say he's like 60% or anything. I just think, again, I think poor defense is still the cause of it. But he definitely played a bad game against Philly. I agree. I mean, I don't think the numbers don't concern me enough to go like, okay, something's wrong. He has not been playing his best, but I'm not concerned yet. I'm not concerned. I feel like it's just kind of fresh in our minds because Philly was a bad game.
Yeah, and I think I'm a little concerned, but I think it's kind of a birth and a result of such bad defense where Vazzy kind of, I don't know, he seems uncomfortable out there. I think he's seen so many different shots from different angles and like attempts that should not be getting through. Players, I mean, we saw it in the game we watched today where a player just weaved through about 3 or 4 Lightning players and got hooked because he had gotten past someone. It was, the defense is poor, and Vazzy seems really uncomfortable out there. Anytime he's screened at all, it kind of seems like he's giving up goals. He used to be really good at navigating screens, and it just hasn't been like that this year.
It hasn't been that way. He hasn't been able to do it at all this year. It seems like every goal's on.
Yeah, because I just think the Lightning aren't playing better against it. Like, I think they're caught puck chasing. They're caught looking at the puck. I don't think they're really putting much of a fight and allowing him to get screened too much, and they're not really doing anything about it. Like, I think, again, I mean, I look at, like, the Devils game, too. They had like a 3-on-1 opportunity that Vazzy saved. Like, that
was Johansson.
Or Johansson. Oh, never mind.
Johansson was a stud in that game.
I guess he was.
That's part of the reason why I'm interested.
My point being is, like, I still think it's the defense giving up a lot, and he's probably more uncomfortable because he's not used to having so many odd man rushes. He's seeing that a bunch. He's seeing a lot more guys in his face. He's got nobody to keep that crease free and open so you can see. I still think, like, you got to blame the defense for how poorly they've been playing, and especially turnovers too. That makes it a lot harder on him as well, turning it over in your own zone.
Yeah, so. Turning over is probably the thing that makes a goaltender the most uncomfortable because you go from, you're kind of relaxed, your team has the puck, you're looking to see maybe can you help the play back behind the net, or you're looking to see what type of changes, looking to see where players are around you, and then boom, you're in the defense. You got to get back down. You have to, get your stick out, get ready. And I do think the giving away of the puck is probably the thing that makes goaltenders most uncomfortable, and it's happening way too much with these Lightning players. So I agree.
Kuch had a bad giveaway in our zone the other night.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But it's not just him. It's defensemen. It's truly a team-wide epidemic, the turning over the puck.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not quick to go like, okay, we're starting to see a decline in Vazzy or anything like that. I think you want to fix the defense, go make some trades. That guy from the Flyers, he just beat you. He still wants to play for you, hopefully.
Flames. But yes,
Flames. Oh, there's another guy from the Flyers I'm thinking of too.
Yeah, they've looked into him.
I have to think of his name, but yeah.
But before we move away from Vasilevskiy, though, there is a small part of me that's concerned about this, and it's not that like he's declining because of age, but I wonder if it's just something of a mentality and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of miles on his mind as far as hockey goes, and last season when he was having some of these goalie difficulties. Some of the thought was that it might be some of the things going on in his native country. So I had that concern back then, and now that it's happening again, it's like I don't quite know what's happening in his mind right now, but this might be something mental as well.
Yeah, his heart might not be into it like it was.
I don't know that he's not. He gave it 110% for a lot of his career, so I don't know how much he's giving it right now. Not saying he's slacking or anything, but there might just be a lot going on in his life.
Yeah, I don't think that's something that's out of the realm of possibility. I think there's a lot of things going on in his home country, a lot of conflict in that area, and we don't know what type of ties he has over there, what type of family, friends he has involved in the situation. So
yeah, with it being 2 years, it is kind of like making me raise my eyebrow. Like I wonder if there's something going on.
But it's even like when he was practicing, obviously he was hurt, but kind of your off season, like he definitely, it's possible he didn't get prepared for this season like he has in the past, which could be trickling down to why he's looked a little bit more uncomfortable and sloppy in games this year.
Yeah, I mean, That's probably true. Like I said, I think the more you play in hockey, the better you get. I don't think rest ever helps teams. I really don't. Like, I'd rather have every series for the Lightning and the playoffs go to Game 7. I know it's a nail biter. I know it's stressful.
I don't know about that one.
I'd rather have them win in 7 games because I just think you have an edge on a team who wins their series in 4 and they're sitting around for an extra week. And they're not playing, and you're playing, and you still have the game speed. You don't lose anything. You don't lose that chemistry. So I think probably missing some of this season hurt him a little bit. I just think, too, for me, it's still defense. Probably the injury. He's missed some time. He's still, all these guys getting towards the end of the season. He's still in the middle of his per the clock. And I think, too, sometimes just success. Like I said, I think I kind of seen that with a lot of Lightning players. You have success for a long period of time to where it becomes routine. And I just think sometimes this Lightning team goes through the motions. And I think Vazzy can also be a part of that group where you kind of get used to winning. You get used to having stuff go your way. You won a couple Stanley Cups. I think sometimes you get a little lackluster.
Yeah,
so
I think complacency is a problem with this whole Lightning team. I think a lot of them, I think as fans, it feels like the last 10 years, you're guaranteed a playoff spot. And it's, the regular season, it doesn't really matter. At least ever since 2019, that's kind of the vibe, I get as a fan. It's like, just get in there, get healthy, get some chemistry, and then play your best in the playoffs. And it feels like that spot is given to the Lightning just off their past success, but it isn't. And that spot is not guaranteed right now. That spot is very far away from guaranteed. They are on the bubble of the playoffs. They are fighting for their lives. And I think that has to trickle down with some of these players. It has to, some of that complacency, and it shows on the ice. And I'm just really hopeful that they can kind of just turn it on. I know there's a lot of champions in that locker room. There's still a bunch of champions in that locker room. So that's kind of my only thing keeping me in with this team, where I think they can turn it on and have a really good last month or two of the season, is that mentality that since they're champions, they're kind of able to turn it back on better than the But this team is complacent. I think is a great word to describe this team. It's just been very meh. January was strong, but other than that, it's just been up and down. 500 hockey, some good moments, some really good players, but then some really bad moments too. So it's hard. It's really hard with this Lightning team, and they're almost at a breaking point right now. They really are.
I think I trust this team enough to where this is a new experience for them in it being this playoff hunt that they're on right now. And I think they're going to respond well to it in the coming weeks.
I hope so. I really hope so.
I hate to be the negative guy. I'm not so convinced. And I'm not ready for it. I feel like, again, like you said, I feel like they've been in the playoffs every year my entire life. Like, it's like you don't even remember times they weren't in the playoffs. But I just think it might just be too little too late. You drop bad games. You drop a game like... You might have dropped a game tonight.
Maybe. I mean, you might have got a point. You maybe
got a point, but you need 2. You've desperately needed 2. I'm not really convinced. I was pretty solid before the All-Star break. Like they're playoff bound. Right now, I don't think so. I don't.
And before we gotta talk about predictions because I think we kind of botched that this week.
Yeah, we didn't do.
But before we move on, I do want to say one positive before we leave. Brandon Hagel, at least up into this Flyers game, is on a 14-game point streak. He has one of the longest point streaks in the NHL. He's been playing amazing. It's been great to see his growth. He is probably, him and Cooch are the most positive storylines of this team. It's great to see what the player he's becoming, and I love him.
Just to cap off this with some negativity, it's Kucherov, and remind me who's in the points battle with him.
McKinnon.
I don't know. I haven't looked at McKinnon's schedule, but with all the time off that the Lightning are coming into, I think McKinnon's going to start catching up to him with the goals and
McKinnon's
points.
been slowing down. Cooch actually has a pretty good lead over him.
Okay. McKinnon might catch up, though, because the Lightning have a lot of off time in the coming weeks.
Man. Brandon Hagel's point streak was snapped tonight in Buffalo, or in Tampa.
That's
Buffalo.
the thing to end it with the bad note.
Heartbreaking.
Oh, well, I got good news.
What is
I
it?
think I was perfect on my predictions this week.
Ooh.
Because you said 3-1 Connor Sheary.
Man.
They went
0 for
2-2. You said 3-1 Anthony Sorelli. And I don't think he scored.
Sorelli? I don't
Did
think
he?
so. No.
And I
I
said
feel like he did. Like if in the, I feel like I heard his name, but I could be wrong.
I said 2-2 and Glendenning would score. Thank you for the empty netter. 2 points goes to the king.
Empty ankles are so dumb.
It counts.
I know
It counts.
does. Doesn't mean they're not dumb.
2 points for the king.
You know, let me take a peek. I feel like Sorelli scored.
Confirmed, no Anthony Sorelli goal.
Thought he did. I heard his name this week.
I got Sorelli last week and he scored for me.
Mm-hmm.
Can't double dip.
You can't with the Lightning unless you pick Cooch every week. Anybody else, if somebody picks them and they score a goal, you might as well pick any other person on the roster.
There's an unwritten rule between us three, and it's don't pick Cooch.
Dude, you're giving away all our trade secrets.
It's unwritten. It's unwritten. It's
I
unwritten.
try to not pick Cooch every week. That's my
yeah,
thing.
we just can't pick Cooch every
If
week.
you pick
but he's
Cooch,
giving
Point, and
that away.
Stamkos every week, you're cheating. I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah.
You got to throw in some second.
That's why you say people like Glendenning, because maybe you know.
And maybe
you know it's
but-
coming. I still got to do the points thing. I don't know where we're at right now.
Uh-oh.
I have
Owen's
a
been
pretty-
slacking over here.
I had a pretty sizable lead the last time I looked at the points. Probably still am.
if it's something that quietly dies off, it's all right.
No.
No. I got to get back to it.
I mean,
no.
We're in like the hundreds, and we've been doing everything by 1 point.
You just need to get it before opening day. If you get it locked in for opening
I'll
day,
do it
then
this
you'll
weekend.
we'll be good. We'll be good. This is your off season. You got time.
I had to do the
reel
game
back
last
in.
week. That was kind of my
That's true.
baby.
That's true. And it was a good game.
Make sure you go watch that if you didn't.
Yeah, we know it was like on a different day that we normally upload, which is going to be on the same day. I think we're going to try to get back to the midweek. I think that works better
Tuesdays.
for us. Or Wednesdays when it gets uploaded. But yeah, this could be 2 Friday episodes in a row. So I know that's not our normal day, but if you're watching this, just know we uploaded on a Friday the other week, the episode 29. So
And you got
if
some
you're
weekend
looking for it,
plans
and
now.
Yeah, and we have some good stuff on that episode. It was a good episode. So if you're missing it or you didn't see it because it's a different day and your algorithm didn't work, just look up on the page.
just follow.
and
Hit that,
Yeah.
what do they call it?
Subscribe.
Hit the bell, the button.
Oh, the noties, the bell.
Turn those notifications on, guys.
I can't even tell you to do that. I hate new
No, I've
YouTube
never done that.
notifications.
I like it, me personally.
All right, hey, we have a believer here, so we can push the message.
I need to know when things are coming on.
All right, okay.
You know when Seminole Headlines gets on.
Oof. Ew. All right. So we're no predictions this week. I don't think we're too far behind unless we want.
We would predict what, one game?
One game. We're
Well,
gonna
yeah,
lose.
I guess we could. No, because next week's only Thursday. We don't have a Tuesday game. Yeah, no. We're not doing that. We're skipping this week.
Isn't there a Saturday game though?
This is a bye week. There's a Saturday, but I was saying if there was like a Tuesday,
Oh,
we could
so
do
you're
Saturday.
saying
If
we
we would
we
have
had
filmed
two
earlier in
games,
the
we
week,
had
I'd
two
say
games.
we do it.
Yeah,
But
so-
we missed the game tonight.
Will, this is your bye week. You
Yep.
better get the
I
game.
got
You
it.
better get
I
the
got
game
it.
plan ready for the rest for the next opponent. You got 2 weeks to prepare. All right.
Perfect. I'm going to take this whole week off and
But-
then do it last second.
I want to take us to sunshine, to the beautiful city of Port Charlotte, where the Tampa Bay Rays are playing baseball. It's spring training, and we are in full swing of spring training. The Rays have played a bunch of games. They've played at least
Six.
four, five,
They've
six,
played
something-
six games.
All right, good job, good tracking. And we obviously we haven't watched all of them because not all of them have been on TV. Fix that, Bally. We want to watch spring training.
Come on,
every
be
day.
like the
Okay,
Yankees.
here's the thing now. If you have T-Mobile, check to see if you get MLB TV for free because you can watch spring training on there.
All right.
That's a trade secret. If you have T-Mobile, they give away MLB TV. I just got the renewal thing this year. I got T-Mobile. Better than Verizon, of course.
T-Mobile rocks. I have T-Mobile.
might have MLB
well,
TV for free.
I also have a website that I use to do stuff like that anyways.
Isn't that
No.
illegal?
No.
Come on, man.
I type.
We're good people on this podcast.
No. Like I just type it in. I have MLB TV. I just type MLB TV in. Maybe. All right. Anyways, it was the first week of Rays spring training, and we have some good and some bad to tell you guys. So I'll start.
Yeah, what we starting off?
Do you want me to just start listing stuff? I got some notes on spring training. You guys ready? We have, and then I'll do this, and you guys just tell me what sticks out to you. So we have Junior Caminaro hits a 3-run bomb to dead center. He is 2 for 5 so far in his spring training. We also have Jose Siri in the first game of the Rays spring training. He goes yard. Love to see that. And then we also have Rene Pinto. At the time, was 2 for 4 with a double. He added on to that today. He is hitting 500 so far through spring training. Love to see that. Then we also have another guy. So I wrote these notes last night, so I missed one game, so it might be different. But Ray's right-handed outfielder who played in AAA all of last year.
Tell me you didn't take this guy, dude.
Ruben, do you want to say it?
No, you already took it. I was gonna come up. This was my guy who I was scouting.
Sorry, man.
But it's fine. Go ahead.
Ruben Cardenas. He is a righty outfielder. He played all year in AAA at Durham. He is almost MLB ready, if you will.
Can I say stats for his minor league season last year? 22 home runs, 82 RBIs, OPS of 833, and an average of 269.
Really good.
That's pretty good.
Really good.
That's pretty good.
If you got an OPS over 800, you are doing mighty fine. So, name to watch out, a prospect that could be coming up and playing for the Rays this year and playing meaningful baseball. So pay attention to him. I'm glad we're on the same page. That's awesome, Will. Then we also have some on the pitching side. I have Zach Littell against the Yankees. He went 2 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, only 1 hit allowed, and 0 runs. There was some major leaguers that he faced. It wasn't wasn't the A team. But then you also have the new guy, Ryan Pepio, not Pepiot, Pepio. I just learned that last week, so I'm trying to say it right. Ryan Pepio faced against the Blue Jays A team. Their A lineup, they have Vladdy, Bo Bichette, Justin Turner, Varsho, all the guys were playing, and he went 2 innings pitched. He did allow 3 hits and a walk, but he had 3 strikeouts and did not allow a run.
And 2 of those strikeouts was Justin Turner and Bo Bichette.
There we go. Yes. So Ryan Pepio had a really strong start. Also, Tyler Alexander and the Davinsky Code both
You
go
mean Curtis Mead?
Curtis Mead. He had a
Tyler Alexander.
Oh. I can't wait to post that picture with no context on the Instagram. But yeah, Tyler Alexander, Chris Davinsky both go 2 innings of shutout ball in their first appearance. So that's my notes. That's what stuck out to me. I mean, how are you guys feeling about these performances so far?
I like what I've seen. Listen here, I'm gonna be completely honest. I hate watching the Rays spring training because I get a little too serious when I watch my favorite teams, and I know spring training you don't have the same lineups, but like anything that goes wrong makes me sick to my stomach. I think you guys know that from our group chat. I say the season's over just about once a day, so I kind of hate watching it. But I like what I've seen. I liked what I saw from Jose Siri, 2 stolen bases back-to-back against the Blue Jays in sunny Dunedin, Florida. If he adds that to keeps doing that the whole year, that's going to be awesome to see.
He can do it. He just has to get on base to do it. And if he gets on base, we love Jose Siri.
We'll take it. Yep.
We'll take it.
Yeah, Jose Siri, we don't need you to be Kevin Kiermaier. We don't even want you to be Kevin Kiermaier.
We don't want you to be Kevin Kiermaier, please.
Be a good center fielder and hit like 260.
Yeah,
please.
We don't want a 220 outfielder.
We want 260.
He probably hit more home runs than Kevin Kiermaier ever.
Oh, for sure. But we also want.
So you guys are on the Kevin Kiermaier hater squad now.
Yeah. I've never liked Kevin Kiermaier.
No, Joel is really.
The only moment in my sports career that I ever liked Kevin Kiermaier was the put out from center field he had during the Astros series in 2020.
Oh, the relay.
Yeah, the relay.
2019.
All right,
2019.
I got to do some investigations. I got to go back to
That's the
some
only moment I ever
episodes.
liked him.
Any mention of Kevin
See,
Kiermaier.
I might have said something. I'm
No,
mediocre. I'm middle.
I'm pretty confident. I've only ever
No,
said bad things.
Joel's a hater.
Yeah.
But I will say Kevin Kiermaier, he was clutch. He was one of the most clutch Rays playoff performers ever. He was good in the playoffs. Like some of our players currently do worse in the playoffs. Kevin Kiermaier did much better in the playoffs. So I'll give him that. I'll give KK that. But yeah, Jose Siri, I think a lot of people, we had just a bad taste in our mouth. Just that last game, that era from Jose Siri in the Rangers game was sickening. But we do have to remember he was hurt and he was rushed back in that game. He broke his hand. And he also had a really good season last year. He hit plus 20 bombs, maybe more than 25. I'm not exactly sure. And he had a really good season in the field. Yeah. I had to remind one of my good friends I was talking Rays baseball with that he's a really elite center fielder at running down balls. He takes really good routes.
He just makes it look like he has no clue where the ball is.
It's scary, but he is actually an elite defensive center fielder. So I had to remind someone that, so I'm reminding the audience that he's really good at defense. But yeah, to me, man, I get excited for Junior Caminero, bro. That was a bomb, dead center, 3-run shot, just a beautiful swing, flat and straight to the ball. And I'm really excited. I hope he gets the opportunities because that swing was gorgeous. Gorgeous swing. I love to see it.
Rene Pinto, that last game they had televised, he had some good contact in that game.
Great at bats.
He had a hit to left field, I believe it was, and it was solid. Like
wasn't he 2 for 2 that game?
You heard that bat.
He had an opposite field
nice.
double too in that game. Opposite field double. I think he had a single to left and a double to right.
Yeah, it was
He's the best catcher in the league. Dude.
I mean, like
I'm excited.
Breakout team.
Mejia, I don't need you. I want Pinto.
Speaking of that, yes. Francisco Mejia has re-signed with the Rays on a minor league deal.
No, he's not. He's not even the backup. He's going to be the third stringer.
Yeah, he might be in Durham for half the season, so we'll see. So Pinto, you're the man. I know we've been talking about Meade. We've been talking about Josh Lowe. Maybe it is Pinto's breakout year,
dude. If it is,
maybe it is.
He might, all the Rays' problems will be fixed. We're going to win the World Series.
Like
That's true.
If he has a breakout year, he could have the best year a Rays catcher could ever have. Like Mike Zunino 2021 to me is the best Rays season of a catcher ever.
No, Travis d'Arnaud.
Yeah, I was gonna say d'Arnaud,
but d'Arnaud.
I know. We've actually Wilson Contreras had a really good season.
Yeah, but none of them did it for a full season. They all did it for halves.
They were really good halves.
I was so bummed when they lost d'Arnaud. I think the Rays should have kept him.
I rue the day we lost Travis d'Arnaud.
Wilson Contreras was the one that hurt for me.
No, it wasn't Contreras. It's Ramos, right? The Buffalo.
Yeah, you're right. What was his name?
Ramos, right?
What was his first name?
I think it was Wilson.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm saying the wrong Wilson catcher.
Oh man. Okay, I'm looking this up. I don't want to look like casuals.
Yeah, I want Wilson Contreras. That's why that was on my mind.
We have to keep track of 3 teams. We're not casuals. The stat.
Yes. Wilson Ramos. I was right. The Buffalo. I knew that.
Stats guy's taking a day off today. He should be looking all this stuff up for us. But.
Another thing. Zach Littell looked amazing. He nice and easy. Got the ground balls. Got the strikeouts. The slider was looking good. I know that was the pitch that he was trying to work on and kind of perfect in the middle of the season last year because he was a fastball changeup guy only when he was out of the bullpen. So the slider was looking good. I think having a really solid third pitch is going to help him. And I'm excited because I think his spot solidified, so it's going to be between Pepio and Taj Bradley for that 5th spot. So I'm excited. I guess some bad news today's game. Zach Eflin did allow 4 earned runs in an inning and 2/3. It's to the Braves.
Somebody allowed a little more.
And then Uwasawa, our new pitcher, also allowed 7 earned runs in his, I think it was an inning and 2/3. So not a great day for Rays pitching against the Braves. It was against some good hitters. It happens. It's baseball.
That's classic Zach Eflin.
It's his first start of the year, I imagine. I
Classic Zach. See, this is why I can't watch spring training. I get so
enjoy it, man. You just fast forward through the bad stuff when you watch the good stuff.
I get so
That's
angry.
True.
I can't do it.
Fair enough. I don't know. Let's see. Who the
Should
Rays
we talk
got?
about Pepio?
Yeah, talk about him.
Talk about his first game. I think
I couldn't see. I mean, that game wasn't on TV. I would love to watch him pitch. I was ready, and I would love to watch him pitch those innings, but the game wasn't on TV, so I got no footage, no film.
Me personally, I'd say, what more could you have asked for? 3 scoreless innings. He gives up 3 knocks, but he also has 3 Ks. Kevin Cash called the start inconsistent, which I think is a little harsh in my opinion. I know I'm not Kevin Cash. I'm not a baseball manager. But I think you're going into that game. Everybody knows you. You're the guy that the Rays got for Tyler Glass now. You kind of got a lot on your shoulders, starting with the new franchise. You're probably not starting on the Dodgers this year. Probably might have come up, but they're still pretty deep. So it's like, again, you got a lot on your shoulders, and to go 3 scoreless innings against a solid Blue Jays team, 2 scoreless innings, my bad, 3 strikeouts against a solid Blue Jays team. What more could you ask for?
No,
that's my opinion.
It's encouraging, and like we said, this was real deal elite hitters. Bo Bichette is an elite hitter. Vladdy is a good hitter. He could be elite. He did have an elite year, but yes, really good hitters, and he did a good job. I was trying to look. They don't have any starters posted for the games this week, but another week going in. Some not great stories. Ahmed Rosario struggled. I think he's won for his first 9. But he's just getting acclimated. It's okay.
He's playing outfield.
Johnny DeLuca has gotten a couple knocks. He's looked pretty decent so far at the plate.
He's looked really handsome, too.
Yeah, he is handsome. I'm with you on that one. And then, other than that, some big innings allowed by, pitchers that aren't going to be on the Major League roster, I don't think. Nothing too concerning. So, I guess the biggest concern is Josh Lowe. He is injured. Injured his hip. Yep. Which, now here's the thing. We can get into discussion for this. The trainers are saying he's missing probably 10 to 15 games. Josh Lowe himself, though, said he has no doubt in his mind he will not be playing. I guess he's pretty confident he's playing on opening day. Yeah, no doubt in his mind. Kevin Cash said
it too. But here's the thing that bothers me. Is per Mark Tompkin, Tampa Bay Times beat writer for the Tampa Bay Rays, apparently he was struggling with this same injury in the offseason. Now he re-aggravates it in spring training. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I don't want to start with, here we go, more injuries. But I'm a little concerned because we can't lose Josh Lowe. I really think this is his year, a year of destiny for him. And I wanted the Braves to be a little more clear with some of the injuries. Got really mad last year where it seemed like Jeffrey Springs, just a little numbness in his hand, he'll be good. Boom, out for the year. Shane McClanahan, don't worry, it's not his UCL. Boom, Tommy John surgery. Now this, let's just get an honest answer. Let's hear it for what it is. Is he going to be out for a long time? Is he not? I want a straight answer.
I'm hoping that the answer they gave is a straight answer. But like Will said, it's not always a straight answer. It really isn't.
It's something we've been hiding lately more than not, and it is concerning. It just sets a bad tone already for the season.
But also, Yu Chang's out with an oblique injury for 2 or 3 weeks.
Is Basabe hurt too? Did I see that?
I haven't seen a Basabe injury update, but I did see Yu Chang. But yeah, hopefully Josh Lowe and Cash, because I will say the difference is, I don't think Kevin Cash said those. Kevin Cash did say those things. There's no difference. I'm just hoping that the update we got is what is actually going to happen, and Josh Lowe gets to play a full season, healthy and happy as ever, like he did last year, and he gets to have that breakout season because he's a great player, and we want to see him play. Really bad.
Yeah. I feel like Mark Tompkin cursed Brandon Lau, though. So he wrote some article like, Brandon Lau looking to have an injury-free season now that last year's behind them. And I just feel like he cursed them now. He jinxed it.
I'm looking for Brandon Lau to have an injury-free season, too.
I want him to be a dog so bad, like an all-star.
Woof.
Brandon Lau all-star.
I think if he ever is that kind of person, he has to be like 90% DH.
Yeah, I think that might be what we're
I actually wouldn't mind that. I don't really like his defensive play.
He's not he's not my favorite second baseman.
I would love Brandon Lau as a DH. He's actually my least favorite Rays defensive infielder.
Yeah, he's mine too. Yeah. Taylor Walls was really trying. He was trying his darndest to be the worst, but
I think he succeeded.
Unless they got Harold Ramirez in there for some reason. Ugh. Harold Ramirez in the field is something.
Brandon Lau just doesn't have range. That's all it is.
I don't mind Harold in outfield.
Oh, I do.
He's slimmed down a lot. I think he could do it this year.
Harold did?
Yeah.
Nice. Good for him.
He said that he stopped eating after like 9 o'clock.
All right. Hey.
Good for you.
Intermittent fasting. Congratulations.
Amen. All right. That's it. That's all I got for spring training.
Yeah, make sure to watch your Rays. Hey, if you got a weekend game or a weekend off, or maybe you got the day off,
have to do it.
Just go down there and check it out. It's
you
pretty
don't know
cool.
where the viewers live. They don't have to live in.
Also, why are you saying it?
If you live on the other side of the skyway, you should. But if you don't, we understand.
If you love the Rays, go do it.
Just move to Newport Richie already, guys. Come on, Rays.
If you got kids, bring them out to the ballpark. That's just a great day.
And players
to get
are pretty good.
Family.
Players are pretty good with autographs too during spring training. You might get to see some guys up close. So.
There you go.
You might get to ask Alexander if he's cursed me.
Just spend like $60 and go when they play in Clearwater and don't have any of the starters.
Or Dunedin. See, that's not fun, though.
That was yesterday, I think. Or maybe a couple days.
That's not fun. You want to see the A team.
All right. I want to get into some real stuff. We have a new team.
Is spring training's not real?
I want to get into something that's in the nitty-gritty right now. It's February 29th. So that means tomorrow's March 1st. And you know what happens in March. Before I get into this, I had
something significant with minor league basketball, I'm assuming.
Don't say minor league. So is college football minor league football?
Yeah.
Don't say that. You know it's. I mean, sure.
What is it? What percentage of it makes it to the pros?
Okay, it's better though. Fair. So who cares?
It's more exciting.
It's much more exciting, entertaining.
Who said I don't like minor league baseball?
There you go. Hey, that's okay. Well, you said it with
Dollar Tuesdays at the Threshers.
That's right.
That
made a great youth event.
Your tone was sassy. I got defensive. I love college basketball.
Maybe I just don't want to talk about it right now.
He was hating on college basketball like a long time ago.
He still did. He did like an hour ago.
I'm fully hating on it. I just wanted to see what I could work up there.
But before I get into this, I'm thinking I'm gonna post a TB3 bracket challenge, and if we're gonna post a link, I'm gonna post it a bunch. We're gonna get as many people as you can. We're gonna have a little TB3 bracket challenge. So
maybe the winner gets free tickets to a Rays game.
Yeah, or some dough. I like
some merch.
A hat. That's a good idea.
The spring training hat.
Yeah,
I'll sign it. I'll autograph it.
Oh, let's go.
No, I'm not. What's that one guy? The baseball guy.
Oh, Zach Campbell.
Yeah, I don't hate
Zach
him.
Campbell,
I don't really hate him.
Oh, I hate him.
I hate the fact that he signs autographs.
Yeah, who cares?
I hate that.
Who cares, dude? No one likes you.
But if one day his autograph gets like really valuable, there's gonna be a lot of happy people out there.
Dude, that dude is hit his climax. He's not getting any bigger. He just catches foul balls.
When he dies, he will.
I saw him at a Rays game like 2 years ago.
I do not want to talk about Zach Campbell. You guys are ruining my mood right now. All right. Yeah, so look out for a TB3 bracket challenge. We'll probably think of a prize for the winner, something like that. And we'll get as many people as we can, either through social media or through word of mouth. AKA, we'll tell some of our closest friends to join it. And then also, but if you see it through social media, hit the link and join. It's fun. And I like it because it's like a social experiment, because it's like you don't know anything about college basketball, but you will do better than a guy like me who watches college basketball like almost every night. It's crazy.
That's just kind of how it is.
It's how it is.
It takes no skill. You just
really have to. It's a lot of luck.
It's a lot of luck. You're never going to get the upsets right.
But you can
it's fun then.
sometimes. Sometimes you do.
I saw this guy that came up with he's got this weird math equation to pick upsets. I might follow it this year and see if it works, but it probably won't.
We'll have our method. But before March Madness, we have to talk about the college basketball regular season. We have to talk about there's no Tampa Bay NBA team, but Tampa Bay has a basketball team now.
Not yet. NBA
They
is
have the
expanding to 32.
USF. We're never getting a Tampa basketball team as long as the Magic exists. But
Move the Magic to Tampa.
Move them. Hey, no, they're kind of doing great. But here's what I'm saying here. USF basketball. We covered USF football. USF football is on the up and coming. We are so proud of what Coach Golish is doing with this program. We think USF to the moon next year. However, USF basketball might have outdone them. As Coach Abdul Rahim, first-year head coach, he came from Kansas State, a tournament team last year, a team that was gritty, had some good guards. He came, and this is his first year as USF head coach. And what has that guy done but give the USF Bulls their first ever ranking in the AP Top 25 in program history. First time ever. He has led them to a 21-5 record, including a 13-game win streak they're on right now in conference play. That's crazy. They're about to wrap up and win the American, by the way. They
got a 3-game lead right now.
So, yes, USF basketball is booming. He's led them to 2 straight sellouts of the Yingling Center. Over 10,000 people twice in a row at a USF basketball game. Just nuts, man. Insane atmosphere. I never thought I could see something like that from USF, and it was rocking in there. If you haven't seen any videos from the USF FAU or the USF SMU games, go watch them. It's awesome. Electric atmospheres. But so I guess what does this kind of resurgence mean to you guys from USF basketball?
I just think it's huge because again, USF is overlooked, even in this market, even in the Tampa Bay market, and I think we've kind of made it a goal as a trio that we want to promote them because this is college. It's college sports, college athletics. It's fun, and you should root for your hometown team. I know you might have went to another school, but if you live in the Tampa Bay area, just root for these guys. And it's fun to see these teams succeed. You should want them to succeed. And I think it's just, again, football's one thing, but basketball, I mean, I think they've had one other big – I can't even think they've had one playoff appearance.
They've been to the tournament 3 times.
3 times.
2012, 1992, 1990.
Yeah, and so, I mean,
it's crazy.
It's over 10 years ago for all of them. So this is big for this team. They're playing an unreal level. Shout out to the coach. Because, again, I just think what's so good about them is playing team ball. You got all of them playing defense. They're playing physical. This is really big for the Tampa Bay area. And I think one of the biggest things, too, is with the sellouts, roughly 7,000 out of those 10,000 fans at each game were students. That's awesome. That's really big. I played college athletics, and what was really important, what really stuck out was when you had a lot of students at games. So it's great to see the student body get behind this team. It's great to see them to get a lot more attention because, like I said, we want them to succeed, and you got to have everybody supporting them. It takes everybody. Nobody cares about them; they'll go away. I want to see that.
Does this run help their push for ACC and other better divisions for their sporting?
It has
teams?
to because
put them in the SEC.
You're making a case as a more well-rounded program. I mean, with the coach they have right now, Raheem. He's a really good coach. And you're set. I mean, you feel like you're set with a football and a basketball coach for the long term. So when an ACC is looking for expansion, they're looking for a big market, which Tampa is. They're looking for athletic programs that are well-rounded, and they're looking for excitement. And that's all 3 things have happened. And I just think it's so cool because when we talked about the football, we always kind of talked about there's not an on-campus stadium yet. They're in Raymond James. it's going to be a building process just because of that, just to build up the excitement and the people going. Yuengling Center's on the campus, and we're seeing immediately the impact of an on-campus thing. So it makes me even more excited for the football stadium.
Yep.
In that sense, and it also just shows what USF's capable of. It shows, I don't know if USF hired a new athletic director. I should have done some research into that, but he's slam dunked these both hires, and it shows what a coach can do for a program. And like Will said, to have 7,000 students at each of those games, not only does that pack out the building, but if it's students in the building, that makes the building even more electric. They had some cool things. They had light shows going. I think the students had like these glow stick things they were rocking, and it was crazy. It was a great atmosphere. That's what college basketball is. And I feel like Tampa, even though we love the Lightning, we love the Rays, we love the Bucks, I feel like Tampa, Florida, just basketball in general is such a big thing, and I feel like this market has kind of been starving for a basketball team.
We have a basketball hole shaped.
We do, and I think
you guys are forgetting about the Tampa Bay Titans. They play in Spring Hill.
That's like you're talking about like a men's league right now.
No, they have a Wikipedia page.
Okay,
that says something.
But seriously, USF college basketball can more than fill a basketball-sized hole in fans' heart. And USF becoming a household name and an entertaining college basketball team will fill that and will bring so much excitement to the school. And it's so exciting to see. When you look at this team, so what I was going to kind of transition to is USF they look good. They look okay to get an at-large bid and become the fourth ever team in their history to become in the NCAA tournament. So if you don't know college basketball, I will explain. So March Madness has 64 teams.
Isn't it like 68 now? Someone's
it's
playing
68.
games.
You're right. I'm sorry. It's 68. You're completely right.
But one of this
casual.
I feel like it's like
the last four. No, it's 68.
What do they call that? Four.
The first four.
Yeah, first four.
So the first four.
Those are the best games.
Those are good games. I agree. There's 68 teams, and each Division I conference, not the Power 5, every conference gets one team automatically in the NCAA tournament. The Big Sky, the Big South, the MAC, the SWAC,
OVC.
all these conferences, they get one team in. That's where you get your special crazy colleges that they go on the runs, your Loyola Chicagos, your Furmans, all these different teams, Oral Roberts, all these different teams. That's where you get all these crazy stories. So that applies for USF's conference, the American Conference. So the American will get at least one team in. The American is not stacked with a bunch of good teams, but the thing about basketball is talent is widespread, so you have good basketball players, but their resumes and their records might not show it. And the American is kind of filled with some disappointing teams. FAU has not had the season a lot of people expected them to have. Memphis had a huge fall off. They were in the top 10. They were actually in the top 10 when USF beat them earlier on in this year, but then they went on a major losing streak and have kind of tumbled off the face of the earth. So when you look at USF's resume, in college basketball, you have quad 1 wins, quad 2 wins, quad 3 wins, quad 4 wins. And basically, quad 1 it's a mathematical equation determining how good a team is. So your quad 1 wins are your games against the best teams, and quad 4 would be games against bad teams. USF only has 2 quad 1 wins. They're 2-2 in quad 1 games. Not terrible, but they don't have as many as a lot of these other teams from big conferences that are also be going for at-large bids. The problem with USF's resume is early on in the year, they lost 1 quad 3 game and 1 quad 4 loss. So they have 2 really bad losses on their resume. So all this is to say is USF might not be able to be a large team if they don't win their conference tournament, which scares me. So if you have any type of support or love, support them through their conference tournament. It's in, I think, Fort Worth, Texas. If you can make the trip, do it. But USF, they need to have success in this tournament to make the tournament, or they need to have success in the conference tournament to make the NCAA tournament. And they're a good enough team. They deserve to make it. They really do. I hope they can make it without having to win the whole thing.
Do they get any credit for being the in-season AAC champs?
They don't. The only way you get an automatic bid is winning the tournament.
But I'm saying if, let's say they don't, do they get do you think that gives them some credibility?
It should.
As the in-season AAC champs.
And it's just the mathematic formula just does not support them. And that's not all the selection committee goes off of, but the metrics on them does not support them making the tournament as an at-large. But I hope they do, and I really hope they make it over like a fringe SEC or ACC team, because I think USF is a better team and they deserve it. But all I have to say is NCAA tournament is not a given. It's not. So just keep up with the excitement, keep up with support, because they're going to need it to make the tournament, and they really deserve it. So just keep supporting and keep helping them out. And if you make the trip, if you can watch anything, just help them out, create buzz, because more buzz is going to get its way to the selection committee. So yeah, I don't know. It was kind of just a tangent, but just know if you're diving into USF, if they don't win their conference tournament, there is a chance they don't make the tournament, even though they're ranked. It seems crazy, but that's just kind of how it is.
It's weird. I hate it, but it's just kind of the way it goes.
The people who do the AP are not the same people as the selection committee. So just tune into the game.
But does it also help? That's another thing, because they're ranked in both the AP and the coaches poll. Does that help them at all?
The selection committee is a completely different group. But it should help. Like the fact that they are considered the 25th best team by a lot of people right now should help them get at large. When you look, ESPN right now has them projected as an 11 seed right now, and CBS has them projected as a 12 seed. So it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight.
I like an 11 seed.
An 11 seed would be cool.
You go on a good run at 11.
Honestly, get them in. I don't even care. Just get them in the tournament. I think they deserve it. And for me, I think USF has to at least make the Final Four of their conference tournament to get an at-large bid and win the rest of their regular season games. They have a tough one. They play at Charlotte this Saturday. That'll be a tough game. But I don't know. Just if you're diving in, just know there's some risks. So support them and cheer them on. Bring the good vibes. All right. So that's it probably, right? We're good. So really quick, we wanted to do a new thing. We're going to call it TB3 Tidbits.
A new segment
where we're all going to pop some random things that we noticed this week in the sports storylines, and we're just going to tell it to you real quick.
Okay, can we make it interesting? I'm going to set a timer for 30 seconds, and we got to get it out in that time. Kind of like Around the Horn on ESPN.
That's kind of what I was.
You ever see that show?
That's kind of what I was thinking in this theory. All right.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Our game shows, well, in my book they are, on Fox on Tuesday nights, there's been a show playing called The Floor, hosted by Rob Lowe. I watched it one time ironically and realized it's one of the best game shows ever. It recently finished, and you can find all their episodes on Hulu. It's pretty great, The Floor.
You got 10 seconds. Anything else you want to say?
I mean, it's a phenomenal show. Like all kidding aside,
Joel wasn't even thinking
you
sports
gotta watch this.
He went game show. I respect it. That's so Joel. All right.
Who's going?
You want to go? You want me to go?
Yeah, I'll go. Just press start for me, so I don't have to look at it. I can't.
You got 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's start out with Braden Fisk, Florida State defensive tackle, first in the 40-yard dash, first in the broad jump, first in the vertical for all defensive linemen. I thought that Jordan Travis was a whole team. Maybe the defense had a little something. Braden Fisk is going to be a first-round pick. Mark my words. Number 2, the Bears should keep Justin Fields. Get that draft capital. Somebody's going to sell you a bunch of picks. Don't do it. I know they're going to draft Caleb Williams.
All right. Oh!
How embarrassing.
Sorry, guys.
Not the Apple timer.
That went so fast.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Florida basketball is booming. They are ranked inside the top 25. They are going to be an NCAA tournament team. They're going to be anywhere from a 4 to 6 seed. They've won 9 of their past 11, including a win at Kentucky in Lexington and a home win against Auburn. They're playing great. Whoa. Walter Clayton's a dog. Zion Pullman's a dog. They are so good. Also, if you're looking for late night TV, watch Mountain West basketball. There's a lot of good teams. And if you are missing the Pac-12, Mountain West is going to fill that hole. Bang.
You have 4 seconds.
The Gators are going to win the national championship.
Filled it perfectly.
I can't believe you got that perfectly too.
Let's go. Boom, mic drop. Zion Pullman's raising that trophy, Micah Hanglotten, dog.
I think that's
Take us out.
I actually I want to do it. Like, can we just do that after every episode?
Yes, yeah, that's a new thing.
I want to start doing that.
Yeah, I like
that. Just get out what you need to say. Maybe we'll add some more time.
Yeah, maybe we could do a minute next week.
Yeah,
it's gonna prove that I don't watch enough sports to be able to be like, well, in other
just
sports,
talk about anything, dude. Just literally just banter by yourself for like a minute.
On
and
this
we just
week's
have to
episode
listen.
of the Bad Batch,
TB3 Tidbits. I gotta watch that.
That's good.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways. Thank you for watching again. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that follow button, turn on notifications, unless your name is Colby or Joel. You guys, I like them. Maybe you guys do too. 5 stars on Spotify. Also like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, also known as X. Make sure to interact. We got a couple polls still going on the Instagram. And
what's our giveaway for this week? What do they got to do for a free ticket?
Give me 30 likes on this video. 30 likes, and I will take you to opening day, all expensive paid trip to Field.
Okay.
He likes the good seats.
30 likes on YouTube. It has to be on YouTube. 30 likes, and I'm setting a deadline. It can't be accumulated over time.
It has to be by opening day.
It has to be like 2 weeks before opening day.
2 weeks before opening day.
30 likes. There you go. All expenses paid. Unlimited stinger dogs on me. There you go.
Buy him a souvenir cup.
Oh, of course. I'm buying myself
one. We're treating you.
If there was a week to do this,
this is the week.
I'll pick one lucky winner.
I'm gonna make some burner accounts because I want to get this. I'm kidding. I won't do that.
We have integrity on this show.
We have integrity.
Thank you guys for listening.